Let's talk about innovation. And let's begin with some quotes. So these are among some of my favorite quotes. The first one is George Bernard Shaw talking about the unreasonable man. And basically, the reasonable man just follows what has been decided for him, while the unreasonable man expects the world to adapt around him. Hence, all progress made by the unreasonable man. Edward Deming is the person who brought quality to Second World War Japan. This is in our corporate brochure. It's not necessary to change. Survival is not mandatory. And then finally, Steve Jobs, innovation distinguished between leaders and followers. You can't be an innovator if you're not a leader. So coupling the two together, as Steve Jobs stated it, is the key to succeed in innovation. The innovation story I want to talk to you about is an 18-year journey that has begun with Tesco.com. So when we first went live in November 96, at that time, the team was quite small. There was only 7 of us. By the parent company, they were not convinced that this tiny team, 7 people, are actually doing anything serious. There was a conference in Euro Disney in 97. It was a serious conference, but it just happened to be in Euro Disney. Anyway, we all came back with Mickey Mouse hats, and we were wearing them in one of the meetings. And that just confirmed what the PLC were saying about us, that we are the Mickey Mouse kind of team. Because they believed to do something serious, you must have banks of servers. Massive, Unix machines, big IBM labels, but if you have tiny boxes running Microsoft products, then you can't be serious. You can't be doing something useful. So that was the situation back in 1996. The idea of using the internet to order your grocery was just too crazy. Who would do that, and why would you want to do that? There was lots of all of those kind of conditions, if you like. That journey has begun. Looking at it now, from 7 people, obviously have multiple thousands of people in over 11 countries. That is Tesco.com today. And throughout this journey, we met a number of challenges. So the first challenge was to actually make it happen. And we took lots of shortcuts in order to achieve it. So we were very pragmatic, and we took a decision in terms of some of these shortcuts that need to be taken in order to launch. Milestone by milestone, from the first launch using dial-up. Most of you are too young to even know what that means. CompuServe, 9,600 baud. But, so these were the days. So you will connect, and then 10 minutes later, something would happen. And then you are sitting patiently because you think, well, this is how the internet is supposed to go. 1999, we started to see how Tesco is actually moving from just a sole provider to a whole partnership. So we'll talk more about how they created that kind of virtual supply chain and how they use that to increase their range, to increase their footprint, to increase their market share, and then to establish leadership. And then we saw how the emphasis was to grow the business, and that massive growth that happened around 2002. And then the move towards a full-blown multi-channel with Tesco Direct in 2006. More personalization, customer centricity that followed, and now the transformation with omnichannel. So 18 years journey of meeting lots of challenges, lots of difficulties, and using innovation in a wider sense, not only technology, but innovation in terms of business models, in terms of approach, is basically what has made Tesco the leader that it is today. So I'm going to take a few examples, 4 or 5 examples, just to give you more information, details in terms of what happened. So the first one was the actual launch in 96. As I said, the idea of shopping for grocery was absurd. And the reason for that is, number one, internet was very expensive. There's no such thing as you pay £20 a month and then you have internet 24/7. Every minute you are connected, you're paying for it. So, cost was very high. Also, it was incredibly slow. As I said, it takes minutes, literally, for anything to happen. So imagine, in England, we're not like Asia. You only buy fresh stuff. We can buy 60, 70, 80 order lines, within an order. So the shopping cart is huge. So imagine sitting, and actually ordering 80 products with an incredibly slow speed and expensive. So that was the kind of background we were dealing with. There was no investment, there was no warehouse, there's no supply chains, no logistics, there's none of that. So the parent company basically said to the team, to the .com team, you're on your own basically. Make this happen, prove that you can make money, then we talk. And that's how it started, which of course gave us a whole number of problems. How do you expect customers to shop if you can't tell them what's in stock? How can you tell them what's in stock without having the sophisticated systems to read inventory and then to update it on real time? There was none of that. What we had to do, first of all, the shopping on Tesco.com began using something called an offline reader. So what an offline reader means is an application that runs in your desktop that connects to the internet, connect to Tesco, downloads all the products, and then disconnect. And then you have all the products in your PC. And then you can start to go through the journey of building your cart, offline, not online. Until you're ready, and then you connect again, and then it will send all your products from your browser to the backend. And that's how the internet shopping in Tesco.com was achieved. There was actually a lot of smoke and mirror at that time. A journalist once talked to a customer service in Dundee and then published this article that described how things are done. So there were so after we received the order from the customer, we print it and fax it to the customer service in Dundee, Scotland, who when they receive it, they also print it and fax it to the store for fulfillment. So behind the scenes, it was very messy and it was very cheap. But on the outside, we had home shopping. The business model was using in-store picking and in-store fulfillment. This is unique. No one has done this. This is the first retailer in the world to do this. The McKinsey of this world and other consulting agencies, they were basically talking about how this model is non-scalable, how it would fail, never work. And again, that kind of sheer determination that Tesco decided we will pick and we will deliver from our stores. Given the wide range coverage of stores and throughout nationwide, they basically had the resources to do it. In terms of the real-time stock, which as I said we didn't have, we've introduced the idea of substitution. Evian, it's not available, then you buy Volvic. And you can control the substitution. And if you are unhappy about any products Tesco substituted, Tesco will just take it back. So is it a fantastic customer experience? No. What was the alternative? Well, the alternative is to spend millions of pounds to try to create that kind of real-time stock. So the innovation here was not in using the most difficult thing, but in terms of using what will get you the results commercially. Sometimes there is misunderstanding in terms of what we're trying to do with innovation. Innovation doesn't mean you create the most complex program or the most complex algorithm. That's not innovation. Innovation is to create something that can basically sell and make market share. That's the innovation. Even though it was small, we basically started with good foundation, strong foundation infrastructure that allowed us to grow the business. But ultimately, there were no differences between business and IT and logistics. We were one team, no boundaries, one vision, one team, and that's basically what made this work. In '99, by that time, Tesco.com started to receive respect, from the parent company. They're making now good money. And they started to feel more confident, so they made a decision. They're going to move from food to GMO, to general merchandise, non-food. However, they still didn't have money. So the business requirements were at the time, we need a solution that allows us to enter number of markets. We don't know how many. We don't know what yet. We just know the first one is books, but we don't know what's going to follow, without impact on the existing supply chain. We created a solution for Tesco that basically works on the basis that you have 3 partners linked in with, using the internet in real time. Retailer, Tesco. Data provider, these are companies that provide content and information on products, like portals. And order fulfillers, organizations that have stock and they can fulfill. And the three partners are connected using data standard, XML, over the internet. This is happening in 1999. Again, there were lots of doubters. People said, you can't use the open internet, it's crazy. You can't have commercial application running on the internet. But we did it. And when we launched, October 99, in time for, for the target, which is to basically launch for Christmas in 99, under 2 years, Tesco entered 9 markets. From books to entertainment, mother and baby, fashion, furniture, consumer electronic goods, 9 markets under 2 years using this approach of linking retailers with 2 other types of businesses. We had to create a mini EDI in order to make this happen. EDI, electronic data interchange. We created a mechanism to describe the transactions that could happen in terms of exchanging of raising the purchase order to a stock check to actual fulfillment and so on in less than 3 months. Where there is determination and confidence that you can do something, you can achieve it. This is an example of the sophistication of Tesco from a lifestyle perspective. Between 2001 and 2003, Tesco made a number of activities similar to what you see today in China with the 3 giants. So they bought a portal, a women's portal called iVillage. They bought a diet portal called eDiets. They launched a digital download channel, and they launched a recipe channel. And they also bought a video rental company. 2 things happen here. Number 1, these are all examples of lifestyle. Because if you understand what music people listen to, what films they watch, what their activities, you stand a much better chance of actually understanding what is it they want. Secondly, this is an annuity model because most of these were done by subscription. So you have this continuous relationship with the customer. This is no longer a transaction. You spend the transaction, you disappear. You have this continuous relationship, and this is key. Now, imagine this. Tesco could basically give you 10 products to buy. Instead, if they know you like Italians, then they can basically say, here is the latest Italian recipe. If you like it, click this button, and all the products in this recipe will move to your basket. You see the difference between product retailing and lifestyle retailing. Lifestyle retailing, you understand a lot more about how to sell the products because you understand what the customers want, which means customer insight. Without the insight, you can't do any of this. And it's just as critical to understand why customers don't buy, as why they buy. So having that kind of clarity in terms of the insight.